got Steven and Chad here today.
Talking about Final Bout. Final Bout.
Final bout, right?
So
It was something else.
it was something else. So grateful to be a part of it. Learned a lot. Very humbling. It's interesting too to simply look at how we did through special stage, from basic judging from like the car show portion to driving portion, and then looking at the exact same criteria judged again, because the other cars involved are so much higher than even special stage was. So where we might be graded at like an 8 out of 10 for special stage, we immediately drop because of how incredible some of these cars were. Like RPS Works, for example, and a couple other ones, C's Garage.
Team Chrome cars were.
Team
Team
cars
Chrome
were
was
very
on
cool.
point.
Yeah, so
Metalwork in that
perfect example.
S2K.
I was looking at my engine bay and I looked at my score and I was just like, man, I scored higher at special stage. How is it lower? Nothing changed. In fact, I got a cooler little intake pipe.
Check this out.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there wondering, how do I grade lower if I've only gotten better? And then you look at Team Chrome's S2000's engine bay. That guy wasn't at special stage. And you're like, that's why. Because that is a whole nother level. And now I got to step up my game again. But yeah, going into it, it's like the Wayside curse, I think, of not being able to practice. So special stage, we had a whole bunch of mechanical failures, and we pretty much first lap out had things break, and then spent the rest of the time fixing it. Quite literally fixed as comp was going. So our first runs together as a trio at the time was our first, it was during competition, first laps ever. So we were like, all right, we're gonna have to figure this out. So as you watch videos of us going and trying to find our rhythm and see what order works best. So then Final Bout 8, it basically happens again. We have mechanical failures before the practice started for comp practice. Didn't get it fixed until comp was ready, and then added a fourth driver that we haven't really driven with too much, with a new car that he's never driven.
Yeah,
so
never driven until that day.
Until that, like comp, during comp essentially. Well, a little bit before comp, and then tie rod blows out, and that was a headache and a half. But yeah, now we have a little bit of at least a blank slate to start with. We could build off of this, come into next year. We still have a few more events this year to practice together. The cars are almost back to 100%. Steven has made some big adjustments to his.
Very big adjustments.
After his fiery exit during comp.
So final bout. How do you think you did? How do you think the car did?
Well, I didn't get a whole lot of seat time in this event. I had a couple mechanical failures. Had a coupler blow up second run, and unfortunately after struggling for about 2.5 hours to get it replaced, it had eaten a piece of the coupler into the turbo, and we had a massive failure that led to a rather large fire. Ate the whole insides of the turbo out.
Jesus Christ.
Filled the whole system with chunks. So it's been a very busy few days. Car did great otherwise. Full new suspension setup, rear subframe, change in some heavier duty axles, along with a massive height change. Got tired of everybody bullying me for being a monster truck. But big things over here. We are now big single.
Look at that. That thing's gnarly, dude.
Almost done. Trying to get it finished up before Rio Bash. It's a 3076R. Rev had it sitting around, and it kind of worked out really good. Outside of that, we had lots of cleanup to do from the carnage from the turbo and the oil fire. The oil fire was pretty devastating. It was terrifying, actually.
I imagine so. Dude, I saw it from where I was, and I was like, that's a lot of smoke. Who is that? And then I heard it was you.
Yeah, it was a very emotional situation. And again, it's scary. Nobody, you're never prepared for something like that. You know, I saw the entire existence of this car, like, flash before my eyes. All the memories, everything. So, we're gonna prevent that. We have tremendous amounts of temperature proofing and, you know, things like that with this setup. So we're hoping for a really reliable season with this car after this. At this point, there isn't a stone unturned. So
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
hopefully 2026 does really good.
All right, so now we're gonna walk over here and check out what Chad's got going on. There he is with a laptop.
Oh, yeah.
Kid with a laptop. Chad,
5. Yes, sir.
how do you think your final bout went?
My final bout?
Yeah.
I think it went okay. Car did pretty good. We found out a couple days prior, I don't really have any utilization of 3rd, 4th, or 5th gear. Figured that out on the pre-meet. But 2nd gear still ripped, so I might be on limiter as usual. But I couldn't, yeah. So besides that, it went good. Everything went good. Car performed great. No big issues. Only aggravation is it keeps running itself out of gas, and my fuel gauge hasn't worked in years. So addressing that right now, because I'm sick of hitting a turn and all of a sudden it's coughing, and I'm like, we got to go back to the pits. But no, I was happy. I was happy with how I did. I was nervous that the nerves would get to me. Special stage got to me really bad. I remember just shaking, like, right before comp started at the line, like, for the first run. Like, oh god, oh god, oh god. But for whatever reason, final bout, something just clicked. Every single run that I took, my heart rate was steady and just calm, and I just felt like I was on my way up to Shano. So it went nice. We just have to work out our team kinks, other kinks in some other cars, and then practice. We need a lot of practice. Just dial in.
Practice makes perfect.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So.
Thank you.
All right, Isaiah.
Hey.
Hello,
what's
sir.
going on?
Final bout. How do you think you did? How do you think the car did?
Final bout started off kind of funny. So at special stage, I grenaded my drive shaft, and it destroyed my shifter turret. We thought it was kind of fixed. We thought it was livable. It wasn't. So every time I'd go to initiate during my warm-up laps, the car would pop out a second. So that was an interesting problem. We had to figure out how to keep the car in second with no shifter turret. So what
Ratchet
we
strap.
did,
No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. So that's where we employed the girlfriend act, put her in the passenger seat, and she held it
She literally held it the whole time?
for comp. She
No
was
way.
holding my
I didn't
shifter
even
for
know
comp.
that.
It never popped out
Yeah.
after, because I took it apart, put it back together,
Yeah.
and that fixed it.
Helped.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. But driving wise, after we solved the shifter popping out, I think everything went well. I was able to kind of hit my mark and be where I wanted to be. The car did do some weird shit every now and then, but I think we can attribute that to heat soaking of some sort. But other than that, I was really happy with the way that I got to drive. I was really happy with how the car performed.
Yeah.
So 265s, that's the recipe for a Z.
Yeah.
And
What are we thinking about any big changes for next year on?
pull the heart and soul out of the G and put it into this.
And what-
Give the car a fitting power number.
What power does that make?
It makes
There you go.
so
All three of us will be over 5, and Ross will just throw a leash on him and
Ross
drag him
will
along.
just fucking throw a tow hook on him and just bring him along, because
We'll figure it out.
we're headed to the top.
All right.
So,
Well,
other than that, I'm really, really happy. The level of car that was at Final Bout is insane. You're not prepared.
No.
You are never prepared. I'm happy that we went. I'm happy that we experienced it. But now it's time to go and go way harder.
yeah. Time to show off.
Time to show off what we can actually do.
Yep.
All right.